Hey, there's currently a bug with the Bile that is broken as well as the behemoths that you may have not noticed. We have a status update for major orders in general, and currently there's a shop rotation bug and much more. So if at any point you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up by tapping the like button below. Let's talk about both the Bile and the Behemoth as of late. I noticed in the recent hotfix that we've been dealing with the Bile head damage bug for quite some time. It's been around for at least a month or so, as you can see. Now that's not what I'm here to talk about specifically, but I believe it's worth mentioning because it's not the only issue. The first example here is I'm going to stun this Behemoth and use the Spear Stratagem to take a piece of its armor off. Yet before I do that, let's take note of this armor icon that typically pops up if you hit an armor piece. You see this with the Behemoth, Chargers, Titans, and even Hulks from the Automatons, and so on. What's interesting about this bug type, specifically with the Behemoths, is that they have a strange hitbox that does not apply correctly when you shoot at the critical points, like here. I'll slow it down just a bit and you'll notice direct hits are showing up as armor hits. So where exactly would be the correct spot at this point, right? It's the same for the back portion as well, and you'll notice this thick squishy orange part here also shows up as an armor icon when shot at. This might not be a huge deal, however it's something I believe we should talk about, and maybe at some point we'll receive a fix. Now on the other hand, we have the Bile that is experiencing the same exact problem. For example, if you remove the backside armor and the sides of the Titan, it seems there are issues specifically with the more tender and squishy parts. It's fair to mention that the red marker does pop up in the middle, but so does the armor icon, so maybe it's reducing the damage overall. Also, I would like to mention that if you haven't noticed as of late, the shop menu is currently messed up in terms of armor rotation. You can see at the top there's no timer to indicate when we'll see a new list of items. This right here might be because we typically see a new war bond around this time, and like last time we received a new shop item, which can be seen here. This was available a few times to purchase in the shop, and that was during the Viper Commando war bond. And as of right now, we currently do not have a war bond to mess around with, so it's probably going to be a bit. This right here was something that was going on yesterday, but now this has since been fixed. Anyways, if you have noticed the shop rotation bug or the Bile and Charger bug prior to watching this video, let me know in the comments below. Speaking of comments, some of you have talked a bit about the major order previously in the last video, and it turns out we have a status update on Joel and the major order in general. The support team member Bile talked a bit about how Joel is making certain tweaks, and that is not tuned just yet for 400,000 players. This member on the official Helldivers 2 Discord asked, at Bile, any news regarding liberation percentages eventually being tuned to the reduced player base? Since the peak is 50k players now, makes sense we should liberate as much as we used to with 400k when at peak. Bile confirmed it's not broken and replied with, Joel is controlling the liberation speeds, making tweaks during the war and during battles. They're not still tuned for 400k players. Joel has his eyes on the war at all times. If something needs adjusting, he'll adjust it. He has always done this, it's not broken. And with that being said, I do not believe we'll see a reach of 400,000 players unless two things happen. One, the regions are unblocked, and two, the game has a big update that brings enough attraction. Continuing on, Joel, the Game Master, is said to have been controlling liberation speeds and making tweaks. The reason I bring this up is because there's now a good chance we could succeed with the latest major order, and I know you're probably thinking, didn't you just say we were going to fail in yesterday's video? Sure, to some degree, because I did say it's possible because of certain things listed in that video, but now that we know there are some tweaks being made, then we could potentially see some positive changes, enough to give us a win. Not that it's going to be necessarily easy, but to make up for certain situations like possibly a lack of players, or whatever the case may be. Next, let's talk about the report button. I've seen quite a few comments in the previous videos asking about its purpose. To put it simply, the report menu is practically useless. And what I mean by that is that it really serves no purpose except for blocking players. That's it. So why would Arrowhead implement a feature like this if it's practically useless? Well, this is where PSN Link would have come in, and presumably that is what would have been used to find and ban cheaters. The fact is, we have not heard anything new from Arrowhead or Sony on the blocked regions, except Arrowhead has mentioned that there are still talks going on, but who knows. Possibly there could be some good news on the way about that, because I started to think about the whole situation surrounding the social menu and how the developers are rewriting the whole social menu code. The report button is also implemented in the menu, and sure, there are issues with the menu in general, but what if the developers are coding a new way to report as well? Now, there could be a possibility that the previous report button could have had some sort of code that would have been used with the PSN link system that, Sony tried to force, but that's my thoughts on it. And who knows, maybe there's only one purpose of rewriting the menu, and that's to fix the current issues. We're now going to look at the next ship upgrade. Recently, we received the payroll management ship upgrade, which extended the left side of the ship. It seems we will be receiving at least one more upgrade for it, as you can see in this next image. The only difference is that it now has flags on the right and left side. There's no word on exactly what this ship upgrade will do, but we know it comes from the trailer released about 3 to 4 months ago. Eventually, we will be able to upgrade the ship again. So far, the previous upgrades were to help out with the support weapon ammo, reduce cooldown for support weapons, reduce pack stratagem cooldown, and increase the ammo overall when, picking up ammo supplies from the supply drop. And then last but not least, we have the increased reload speed. So it will be interesting to see exactly what this upgrade will do. And I have a question for you guys. Would you like to see more detailed upgrades? Or are you okay with the simple designs, such as, flags on the left and right side? Would you like to see more interactable objects? Let me know down below in the comments. And last but not least, we have Shams Georgiani, the CEO, who was asked about large buildings. Would it be possible? And this is his response. Big buildings would be cool. We have talked about this before in the comments previously, and a lot of you would like to see a city biome, and I know I would like to as well, but I feel like we're not going to see this anytime soon, and if we do, it'll probably be a year from now. The only reason why I say a year from now is because of the whole situation with the PSN link. We know that there's a bunch of bugs going on that they're trying to resolve, and there's also the Illuminate that are supposed to be coming as well, so there's a lot that will be going on. So I would expect them to focus on those issues specifically first, and then to move on to the much cooler stuff. That's my guess. Not to say that the Illuminate are not cool, yet I just think that the city biomes would be just 10 times better. It's something I would like to see, just new biomes in general, and maybe even new modifiers as well. And with that, this is your Helldivers 2 news. If you guys would like to be featured in the next video, all you must do is comment below. The post with the most upvotes will be featured in the next video, starting with the first comment by this user right here, Kowalski Boom 90. Mate, it only just started. Why talking about failing already? This is very undemocratic. And my answer to that one specifically, guys, is, I've brought up a few good points in the previous video, so just watch it if you guys would like to, or the video before that, I should say. Anyways, yeah, it's just because of the previous orders that we had failed with the automatons. That is why I said we were going to fail it, but there's also more information there. The second comment is by Thrawn Ritters 6295. Yeah, it ain't happening. Somehow Planet Liberation feels bugged, impossible compared to HD1. In HD1, you see sectors being won or lost daily. In 2, it feels like nothing is happening a lot of the time, and that the players can't really push back the enemies at all. And last but not least, we have Shadow Sword, who says, my medals have been full for like a month, so not like I get anything if we win. I just carve at the objective for the vibes. There's your top 3 comments. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.